a little girl with her small brother strapped on her back, gives us a glimpse of life in the mountains of Peru, especially for children. For me, it stirred lots of memories, mostly good, but also some sad ones. The little girl stands on a rise in the village of Oaxaca overlooking Kotosh, in the Andes Mountains. It's a half-hour drive just to get down to the Kotosh school, but the locals go down the hill on foot in 15 minutes. Kotosh was as far as we could travel in a jeep from the parish center in Huasi. At 5 o'clock in the morning, we ferried some catechists to Kotosh, and from there they had to walk, scaling the hills in the background. Their destinations were 10 or 12 smaller villages. They had a 12-hour walk ahead of them, hence the early start. The catechists were accustomed to go first to the most distant village, San Antonio. They would then walk back to the others. The advantage was the other villages would be expecting their return visit. It was from that school in Kotosh, on the 9th of November, 1993, that Sendero Luminoso, Shining Path terrorists took away a young teacher, Lucia Ricaldi, mother of 2 infant daughters. They brought her up to Oaxaca, near where the little girl in the photo stands, and they assassinated her along with 11 other people from Oaxaca. At that moment, the parish catechists were lunching in Huasi having finished our monthly meeting. 3 of the catechists lost their parents in this massacre. The Yachin brothers lost both their mother and father, and their cousin lost his father. It was said afterwards their mother was killed only when she went to the defense of her husband. It seems she pelted a stone at one of the terrorists and scoring a direct hit knocked him unconscious. In retaliation they murdered her. Another, witnessing the slaughter, ran to Huasi to warn the townspeople. Shining Path, coming out of their jungle retreat, from those hills in the background had commandeered 3 local potato trucks and their drivers to transport them to Huasi. One of the 3 vehicles was a small pickup, tearing across country and down precipitous tracks. The witness reached Huasi ahead of the trucks, maneuvering the switchback tracks. This warning meant we were out on the streets watching their steady progress down the side of the mountain. Our feelings, you can imagine. Then, unnoticed, but to our apprehensive relief, an army convoy was seen coming along the river road from Tarma. Someone from a hillside house in Huasi had signaled the military presence to the approaching terrorists. The Shining Path truck stopped high up, but the pickup came on down to double-check on the military presence. On learning it was so, they cynically told the townspeople they had best withdrawn, as they were not carrying their identity cards. All of this happened while the military were busy setting up their base and field radio. On the 21st of October, 1993, the bishop had warned us of an imminent attack. The message was that Shining Path intended to victimize some 5 parishes. Huasi was 3rd on the list, in San Pedro de Cajas, famous for its tapestries, and 2nd on that list. 48 people had just recently been murdered. Our bishop couldn't pinpoint the day, but with the military arriving coincidentally with Shining Path, it became obvious military intelligence was better informed than they had disclosed to the bishop. The photo of the little girl and her brother stirred all of these memories. Some 12 years later, the widower of Lucia visited me with his now grown 2 daughters. I had baptized them at their mother's month's mine mass in our Columban years in Huasi between Fathers Michael Donnely, Bob O'Rourke, and myself. We buried 32 people who were killed by Shining Path, including Australian Sister of St. Joseph, Irene McCormack.